Hey guys, I'm Jay. I'm a 19-year-old from Canada, and this is my very first YouTube video. I started watching BookTube probably around a year ago now, and I've been wanting to start my own channel ever since I started watching it. The problem was I had no idea on what to do for a first video. Eventually I came across the BookTube newbie tag. I'll leave the original one in the description below. And to me, this just seemed like the perfect idea to make your first video, to kind of introduce yourself, and to sort of give your viewers insight on what your channel is going to be like and what you're going to be doing with it. So let's get started. So the main reason I decided to start a channel is to get involved with the community and just meet new friends and talk about books with people, obviously. I think a lot of us are here, I'm not saying all of us, but I think a lot of people come to BookTube because they don't have friends in real life that like to talk about books as much as they do, or sometimes they don't even have friends that read at all. In my case, I don't really have too many people to talk to about books because none of my friends really read, so BookTube's kind of like the perfect outlet to release your bookish energy. Now this is sort of a hard question to answer, but I think I would just say that we kind of all bring our own personalities. Every person who posts a video, they bring their own personalities, their own quirks, and uniqueness. Uniqueness isn't a word. But they bring their own unique qualities to each video just through their personality. As far as individual things, I guess I would say that I read a diverse amount of genres. That is in fiction. I don't really read non-fiction too much. But when it comes to fiction, there's basically every genre I'll read if I find it interesting. I'm starting to get back into manga. I used to read it all the time when I was younger, and same with graphic novels. So I'm going to try and implement that into my videos. I'd say I'm most excited just to talk to you guys and get your opinions on different books and get feedback on my videos and what you guys want me to do. I'm also really excited to do tags. I've been watching tags a lot on BookTube and I just find them so fun. I've also been trying to make up some of my own original tags. I kind of started a few. I'd have to flesh them out more, but I plan on posting some of my own original tags as well. I love reading because, quite honestly, I find it to be an escape, especially if I'm reading like fantasy or something. When you read, you go into somebody else's shoes and in a whole different place, different problems, different events going on, sometimes things that can't even happen in real life. And I just find that to be like the whimsical thing about reading is that there's just so many adventures you could go on that you probably aren't going to do in real life. I think my love for reading started because I moved a lot when I was a kid. I think I went to 6 different elementary schools and 2 different high schools. I think books were kind of something I could hold on to and keep my mind sort of focused, I guess. The first book I remember reading that got me into reading was the Tale of Despereaux. It was, I think, in grade 4. Our class would go down to the library and our librarian would read us this book, and I just completely fell in love with it, and I think I read it after she read it to us as well, but I haven't read it since, so I do want to reread this and see how it holds up to my memory, but I just loved it so much. That's not good. Then going on to grade 5, I believe, I got into just these thin books, like the Pokemon books they made that were based after the episodes, and Goosebumps, of course, and I also got into a lot of like little mystery books, but they're probably about as thick as these. I have no idea what the names were of them. But then a big series that got me into reading. I know most people would say Harry Potter and Percy Jackson got them into reading. I did read those, but I got into those more later on in my life. Like, I was still a kid, but they weren't the ones that got me into reading. This series, Deltora Quest by Emily Rada, got me into reading. Maybe I should just hold 3 of them, because there's a lot in this series. I'll hold the first 3 anyway. There's 8 books in the first series, and then there's also a second series called The Shadowlands of Deltora and Dragons of Deltora. I just remember reading these over and over again from the school library, and they're just amazing adventure, and I still like them. I still like to read them on occasion. And they were actually the series that kind of started my love for fantasy as well. You know, I would probably ask them what they use for lighting, what camera they have, what they use for editing, because I'm kind of new to all this stuff, so I don't really know how to go about it. Like, seriously, when I'm done filming this video, I'm gonna go learn how to edit like right after, because I don't know how to edit. I know how to photo edit with like Photoshop and stuff. I just don't know how to video edit really. So I would kind of ask them like technical questions. Then I would also just kind of ask like their favorite books. Mind you, if I just saw them out of the blue, I think I would just ask them what's up or something. I wouldn't barge in and flail all these questions in their face. I would probably ask how their day is going or something. The biggest challenge to overcome, I think, is just talking to a camera, because I do find it a bit awkward, and I know I'm going to get used to it. I just don't know how long that's going to take. I know, like me talking to it right now, I actually am feeling pretty comfortable because I've been talking to it for a while now, but it seems like when I first set down the camera, it just seems awkward to me, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to get used to that. Also, I would just say getting videos out on time and getting them out frequently is something I'm going to have to get used to, because I'm starting college in September. I know I could do it, but maybe just not as frequently. And then also, I guess with the editing, I don't really know if that's going to be a challenge or what. I might find it really easy once I get into it. I started reading probably at the age of, like, not just reading words off of a sentence. Like reading books, I started reading, I think it was maybe grade 3? I read books like this a lot, just like picture books, like this Disney story collection I've had for a really long time, and I would always read these and just other picture books. Whatever sparked my little interest, I don't know. I generally read just like in my computer chair or on my bed, or I have these I'm pointing to them like you guys can see, but I have these really cool like forest green wingback chairs. I think they're called wingback chairs, and they're perfect for reading. They're really comfortable. I also spend a lot of my reading in the car. Me and my family go on a lot of road trips, and I'm one of the lucky people that do not get nauseous from reading in the car. But basically, I just read wherever I can, really. I know some people read outside. I don't really do that too often. I have in the past. I've like walked to the park and read a book on the bench. I don't really do that too much. I kind of like to be surrounded by something comfy, like a couch or a bed or something with blankets. So my favorite genre is fantasy, and it could be adult or young adult, middle grade, it doesn't matter. I also love young adult in general, and I love middle grade books. To me, middle grade books, even though they might be written for a younger audience, they seem to hold a lot of magical and whimsical little adventures that are just so fun to go on. I also like classics and dystopians, suspense, mystery. Really, I just like reading anything, I suppose. And then also I like manga and graphic novels as well. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys learn a bit about me and what I'm going to be doing with the channel. In the description below, I'll leave my Goodreads, my Tumblr, which I haven't used for a while, so I should do that. And yeah, so feel free to like and comment, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video.